Well, hi, I'm Noah Bradley with Handmade House TV. Welcome to this week's episode where we're going to talk about log cabin maintenance. Stay tuned. All right, it's good to see you again. I'm standing out front of the little log cabin that I've been building for the upcoming Log Cabin Academy. Whereas if you can build a small log cabin, you can build a full-size one. There are just as many corner joints and just as many logs in a tiny log cabin as there is in a large log home. The only difference being the length of the logs you use. So I'm building a small log cabin, and I'm taking all the members that join us in the Log Cabin Academy to existing log cabins, and I'm going step by step how I build a log cabin, and I hope you'll consider joining us within that. But this is how far I've made it on the log cabin so far, and a rainstorm just came in and put me out. I had to put all my tools away, and it looks like another one's on the horizon. Thought I'd share with you thoughts about log cabin maintenance today. And the fact that these are walnut logs. The reason why they're walnut is I have an abundance of walnut trees on my property that have been damaged by beavers. And it's also my first time at ever working with walnut in a log cabin environment. And so I'm finding it's a little bit challenging to work with it. And it's also gorgeous to work with it, that one normally associates walnut with furniture. And in fact, I have a piece of walnut furniture, a nice chest in the house. And I thought about that I'm not panicking. Rain has set into these logs, and I'm not panicked that they're going to rot. Whereas if I were to bring my walnut chest out here, it would be ruined quickly. It would fall apart within a few days, and it would decompose within a year and be gone. They're both made out of the same wood. So why is it that this log cabin here will likely stand for a couple of centuries with no maintenance whatsoever, but the log cabin chest would rot away if they're the same species of wood? And it's two ideas behind that. And one is that the chest is not designed for outside environment. It is pieces of wood touching pieces of wood. If water gets down between those joints, it'll never come out and it'll cause rot. Whereas on a traditional log cabin, the logs get wet, they dry off. There's no place for water to get trapped in between. Even when the water gets in the joints, you can see that the joints slope away. They drain that water right away immediately. So this will last at least a couple of centuries, whereas the chest will not. Also, the chest is also sealed. It's got a sealer on it to keep it looking nice and new and fresh. It's much like a log cabin kits that you see. When you go into those log cabin expos, you walk in, all the log cabins are fresh and new. They look like a piece of furniture. And people buy them with the idea that I want to keep it looking like a piece of furniture. So the average yearly cost in order to maintain these log homes, in order to keep them fresh and new looking, in order to protect them from rotting so the water can't get in the cracks, the average cost is about $2,500 a year in order to do that. On a traditionally built log cabin, that cost would be zero. You don't need to do anything at all to maintain one of these cabins to keep them looking like they will look, like nature intends them to look. Now, the oldest log cabin in America is in New Jersey. It's built in the traditional way, of course. Anything over 100 years is built in the traditional way. And it's 400 years old. It's in New Jersey. And it has never had a sealer or a fungicide coat applied to it ever. Now, if you multiply 400 years times $2,500 a year, that's $1 million it would have cost in order for that to have been kept in the modern log cabin method, log on top of log. So somebody would have had to pay $1 million. So if you build a log cabin today, you won't be alive 400 years, but somebody's either going to watch that log cabin rot away, or eventually $1 million is going to be put into it in order to keep it standing, in order to keep it looking that new and fresh. I have no idea what $1 million worth of applicants of sealers and fungicides and chemical toxins would look like, but I imagine it would fill a swimming pool. Where does all that toxins go? Where does a swimming pool worth of toxins that have been slopped on the side of a house go? And the only thing I can figure is that it probably just erodes off into the soil, into our streams, into our rivers. How many log cabins are built per year that need these applicants of sealers applied to them? thousands. Think of what the environmental impact and the cost of maintenance over spans of a century or more is creating for our environment. Why not go with traditional? As you can tell, I'm an advocate of traditional. I'm sorry about that. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you'll consider the traditional way in building a log cabin. Please come see me over at handmadehouses.com. Follow us on Facebook at Noah's Handmade Houses, and think about joining us in the Log Cabin Academy, which only starts in 2 weeks. We'll see you there. Take care. Bye now. Oh, one more thing. I want to thank the newest members of the Handmade House Academy, Kenneth Coate, Walter Hagen, and Julie Aylen. So much. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We're a growing, thriving community of people devoted to handmade houses, and within there's so much to offer, from free blueprints and teachings on how you can draw plans for your future home. We go through all the different styles of homes that are available, the pros and cons of it, and now we're putting together the exciting new Log Cabin Academy, which is just part of it, or you can purchase the Log Cabin Academy separately if you so want to. Thanks again. Talk to you later.